Welcome to Warthunder. This is G1. I'll be presenting you a game that I did recently. It's about jets. As you can see here, it's a beta rating 9. First encounter is with the SU-7. The SU-7 is coming in relatively fast on me, so here of course I avoid the frontal because I don't like them. I find them too hazardous. So the SU-7 is trying to climb and energy trap me, and coming back I understand quickly that he wants to kill me, so I dodge here. But the main idea with this SU-7 was more to take away his altitude. So here what I did practically is taking away his altitude and staying the highest plane in the game. Now it's a good position to choose another target. So here it is, it's a Yak-38. This is a faster plane and a higher VR plane than mig15, so here don't expect wonders, but you will see that sometimes getting on someone's nerves, it's not that bad. Here practically I followed the guy. I sent a few missiles here and there to show him my presence, not to let him relax too much. And now I will make a separation, get some altitude, let him think that he will have enough space to turn and come back on me, try a frontal on me. But as you can see, I quickly turned on him, not letting him too much time to set his attack. And here, as you can see, get him on his 6 and quickly kill him. So relatively easy kill. Took me a little bit of time. As you can see, I'm far away from the rest of the game. So let's fast forward a little bit the boring stuff. It is all about taking a good position and reset your attack. So here let's go choose another target. This time the target will be a B-57. B-57 is not too fast, so relatively easy to catch and gain on him. But as you will see, my poor aim follows me everywhere, so I had a lot of opportunity to shoot him, but unfortunately it didn't work perfectly. I landed a crit on him, but not enough to make him crash, so here practically I had to reset once more the attack on him. Of course I landed a few more shots on him here and finished him with unguided rockets. So now time to reassess the situation. Of course here situational awareness took a great role, because in the radar I knew I had no one in my behind, so this was an easy one-on-one situation. Repositioning myself once more and coming back to the action. So here you will see a problem of mine getting even worse. So at least I had 2 perfect kills in front of me, and what I did 2 perfect misses in front of me. So okay, here let's try at least to save the situation and kill at least one guy. And luckily for me, I did it with unguided rockets. So here practically I exposed myself a little bit. I was low and relatively slow, but I've seen this mig15 coming in, so I managed to dodge him efficiently. Luckily no one else around, so I can again reassess the situation. To the right you can see actor T8 coming in, thinking that he's too quick, that I cannot reach him, but in fact he presented himself ideally to my guns, so as you could see, 4 kills survival. This game ended relatively quickly after this kill, so one more survival, as you could see. While I'm recording this episode 3 of mig15, I received some comments, suggestions and encouragements from some friends from the game, and I want to thank you for this, and I will try to maybe also answer some questions that was opened in the comments, or maybe explain or be more specific about my gameplay. So first of all, not to miss here, I wanted to show you this footage because I wanted to show how guys make same mistakes repeatedly. So here one guy is trying from below to frontal me. Of course he cannot do that, and what is happening is he's staying very slow below me, so practically here a little bit dive behind him and he's dead. So it was an energy trap in some kind where you practically are coming from above, and that's why I'm speaking about altitude a lot in my games. But why I wanted to be more specific, that's why what I want to explain now is that, okay, you can tell that maybe jets more relevant is their speed, not their altitude, and in higher tier it's exactly true, because there are missiles, guided missiles, etc., and the rules change a little bit about altitude and things, because somebody can shoot you from 10 kilometers with a missile and rules are suddenly different than in props. But here I'm showing you more something that is more resembling to prop flying. So as you can see from my footage from before, I am a turn fighter, so I like very much planes that can really exploit as much turning as possible, and as you could see, I can say that I mastered the J2M2, but okay. Now second time the same guy arrives with the same stupid mistake again, so he's low, he's climbing on me, of course not able to maintain the speed as soon as we miss, because of course I don't go frontal with him, so as soon as I encounter him or pass him, I turn behind him and kill him. So let me continue my story. Here I was talking about turn fighting. So although it is a prop or a jet, for me, I'm looking for a turn fighter. I find it in a mig15, I find it in a J2M2, I find it in a BF109 and F4. I even exploit a lot of PR 1.7, where you can find the BF109 E1, and I fly a lot with biplanes. Of course, I don't want to mislead you to think that all jets are like this, but certainly you can find in any tier a jet that suits your style of flying. As I'm turn fighter, I can recommend some of them, as a G91 or maybe some Yaks or this mig15, but this is what I try to do, to incorporate my style of flying in the higher tier, and this is why I promote jets. I think that you can find it also in jets. I developed some kind of philosophy of mine. It's not mine, but I've seen others doing it also. So here the philosophy is to explain that altitude gives you some kind of advantage. Either it's a jet or a prop. and that's what I wanted to answer to my friend from the game here, that practically when you are high above everyone else, it's a certain advantage, because if you have to assess the situation around you, it's much easier to only look below you instead of looking everywhere around you. So imagine a ball around you. If you're low and slow or in a mid altitude, you imagine a ball around you, and you have to be aware of everything that is happening in that ball. So, but if you change the situation, you go higher than anyone else. So this ball becomes a half ball. So now you have only to take care what is going on below you. So this gives you an advantage in the sense that you are the one that choose your targets from above. So this is the rule. You are the one that chooses your target. As you can see here, the guy is coming one more time with a prop, and of course he will not survive this, because I never intend to go in front of. So here it's only to lure him to climb, etc., etc. And when I pass him, I practically go on his 6 immediately. Now, of course, because I'm above the spawn camp, I'm not eager to dive directly behind him, because somebody could spawn directly on my 6. But of course, as I take distance from their spawn, I approach him, and what else but shoot him. I mean, prop in a jet game, I repeat, no place there. So, and unfortunately this is the same guy third time. I have nothing against anyone, so don't don't take it bad from me if I kill you a dozen times. I don't look at names of guys that I kill, so even if you swear on me after the game, I'm not sure who you are, because I kill dozens of you each game. So sorry if I offend someone, but this is only a game. Okay, and here now, of course, the footage will become even more interesting, because, okay, as you can see, my altitude keeps me from being in a direct confrontation with multiple enemies. Let me choose who I want to attack and when and under what conditions. But sometimes, when you clear altitude, there's nothing left to do but to choose guys from below. And as you will see, as lower I will go, the more danger I will get in. So, of course, now I dive on this guy the 4th time, but fortunately for him, I let him go. He get killed by someone else, but now I try to kill the guy with the Sagittario 2. The Sagittario 2 is a very hard plane. It's a very hard plane to kill, because it maneuvers perfectly. It somehow evades perfectly, turns nicely, and now the situation becomes even more dramatic, because I miss this Spitfire that I should have killed, and I stay empty with the Sagittario on my direct pass. So here, okay, I tried once more, nothing. Waiting to reload, trying still to get on the Sagittario 6. Fortunately here for me, the Sagittario is chasing someone else, so his attention is not really on me, but with the guy that he's chasing. And this eases my task. I crit on him here. And now time to break, because I'm sure that here it's not too safe to stay on his 6 too long. And now you will understand that every mistake or every death of yours, it's your own mistake, because here I was low on fuel, so survived the whole game, and now instead of returning to base, I decided to chase this F3D1. And this is of course a mistake. Now I'm low on fuel, I should return to base. Instead of that, I see someone closing on my 6, so I have to turn fight with him. This is not a great problem because mig15 is a great turn fighter, so here maybe it's not a great example of jet because mig15 is more of a turn fighter than many props, and not a perfect example of jets. But if someone likes turn fight with props, I suppose that he will enjoy turn fighting with this mig. So that's why I'm showing you this resemblance with the props, with the mig. As you could see, I managed to kill the guy. I also had this speed in control, but I drained my fuel and become a sitting duck. So, but purely it wasn't the Spitfires flying here, it was only my stupidity to stay without the fuel in this situation. So I could have survived this game if I was a little bit more cautious and clever. So next me promoting jet, there's also a lesson to be learned here, is that situational awareness has multiple levels. It's not only to see who is where, but also to manage your fuel and to know when to stop, to break the fight. Awareness is a big factor here. Thanks for watching, see you next time.